The grief and loss of the family and friends of Charlie Kirk have become a grief and loss to the whole nation. Political murder is a crime against everyone. Political murder attacks democracy itself. As we defend democracy against crimes of violence, we need to protect democracy also from those who would use just anger for unjust ends. President Trump has for months sought ways to manipulate the 2026 elections. In April, Trump personally ordered the investigation of the Democratic Party's small donation platform, ActBlue. The president has deployed the military on city streets and argued that he can detain people without due process. You can see how mass arrests might be used to sway elections. There are American voters who are married to or living with people who fear detention. There are citizen children of vulnerable parents. Americans who feel fear for their loved ones will stay away from places where they are entitled to go. They may avoid standing in voting lines under hostile military supervision. Now, in the horror of political murder, some Trump supporters are readying for political purge. They assert unproven claims about the motives of the as yet unapprehended Charlie Kirk killer. They deny the reality of right-wing political violence in this country. They promote repulsive individual social media comments as if they were the statement of an entire party. They forget the disgusting glee expressed by prominent Trump supporters after the nearly fatal attack on the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Violence knows no party. Neither does indecent heartlessness toward human suffering. President Trump himself has now called for a new crackdown on his opponents. In a speech to the nation, he told a fantasy story about networks that supposedly fund and support violence against Trump supporters, against judges, and against law enforcement. He vowed federal action against those who, in his words, go after, and again in his words, everyone else who brings order to our country. A much admired human life has been lost. All Americans should condemn the crime and mourn with the bereaved. All should also see clearly and stand firm against any attempt to use a murderous attack on democratic values for their own dangerous anti-democratic purposes.